Hello, everyone. It's Charlton. Please subscribe to my channel. Tap the notification bell. I'd appreciate it majorly. So I wanted to just provide an update on the search for Suzanne Morphew, and there was a fair amount of um, stuff going on today or in the last few hours. There was a live feed there from Fox 31. I assume that's the local Fox affiliate, and then another reporter showed up sort of towards the tail end of it. I've been watching it for like the last 2 hours or so and just trying to get an idea of exactly what's going on. And I don't know how long law enforcement, along with the FBI, Colorado Bureau of Investigation, you can definitely see several agents there with FBI on the back of their, shirts, digging and basically sifting through dirt. It looks as though, and I'll show you some of the footage that they had this live feed that was just kind of just streaming, and I was just trying to get as much information, and they're preparing for their 5 o'clock report or whatever it was when they were going to go live. But it seemed as though they're digging. It's residential property. It's not necessarily anywhere immediately near where the search had been focused all this time. It's further down Highway 50 east of Salida, excuse me, by about 1 mile. I'll show you on the map in a second. So it's not totally clear to me how they ended up at this property, which is a residential property. It seems as though it's a construction site. It used to be, I think, the site of a sort of a one of those manufactured, not mobile home, but a little rancher that you can basically plop right in there, kind of thing, along with a shed. Several of the properties on this, it's County Road 105, which is right off Highway 50, right off, just like their home is, except they live in a much kind of a more exclusive section where it's wealthy and the homes are spread out. Here it's just a number of different small rancher homes. So it seems as though there's construction going on at that site. I don't know if a brand new home's being built there. I kind of think that is what's going on, and I think there's been a lot of construction in that whole area, just over the last year or so. As I was looking at it, through the live stream, as well as going, and just bear with me, going through like the Google satellite images of it. It changes even when you zoom in and stuff. So there's a bunch of construction going on in that area right now. So I'll show you what I mean in a second. And but it looked as though they were basically digging in one place and then bringing portions of the dirt or whatever they were digging through over to a tent and then sifting through it with sifters, where they had a number of different persons, active, more than one, multiple people doing it, going through dirt over and over. What they found, we don't know. And are they digging for, they're obviously digging for evidence. Are they now thinking that this is a homicide investigation and they're digging for a person, for Suzanne Morphew? That's what everyone probably suspects. And we don't know, and they were there. We don't know how long law enforcement was there before this reporter seemed to get the beat on it, and was there before everybody else and had his camera crew there. And how we just don't know how long law enforcement was been digging there throughout the day. They had a huge presence though, and it wasn't just the FBI. You saw Chaffee County Sheriff Office deputies and police officers there coming and going. Several vehicles. At one point, a Chaffee County Sheriff's Office truck kind of backed into view to sort of block what was being filmed by the camera. I mean, here's just a few. This is just samples of what they were filming when they were digging through, material at the site. And I'll kind of show you where. So they're bringing in buckets of dirt and dumping it in and sifting through it, and there's multiple people doing it, and I don't know where they're taking those buckets of dirt from. I think they're deeper into the property. When you zoom out from that, and I'll try to show you portions of that, you can see like, a skid, or not a skid, but a bundle of huge lumber that looks like it's there it is right there, for construction. There's a large container, a waste management container there as well. and so forth. So it looks as though it's the site of a construction site of a new home that's going to be built there, although there was a home there previously. I don't know if that's been leveled already or what. Supposedly the property owner is cooperating with the authorities, and the property owner has nothing to do with the disappearance of Suzanne Morphew. So how they ended up exactly at this site is not known to anybody at this point. Initially, I thought maybe the way the property used to stand, where there's a small rancher home and then a large shed or almost like shop, maybe that somebody was renting the property or even renting the shop part of the property, to run a business out of. But I don't think that's the case. I think that's gone. What was there previously, and they're just building a whole new home. There's a lot of rumors flying around as well. Let me just in terms of Barry Morphew, that's where a lot of people are focusing their attention and their suspicion, without a doubt, and it's natural, certainly. The rumors are, and actually this reporter, from Fox 31. KDVR mentions that on the Find Suzanne Morphew Facebook page, people are posting in the comments that Barry Morphew is already in custody. He's already been arrested, and that actually others have been arrested as well as accomplices. And that is over there. I mean, I checked, and that's true. People are posting that recently, And the reporter was complaining or just saying that. We're probably not going to get confirmation on any of that, if it's true, tonight or even maybe tomorrow. Like that they've been very reluctant to confirm information and very slow to basically just flat out put it out there. And that he was saying that the sheriff of the Chaffee County Sheriff's Office was probably going to defer to, I don't know, the Colorado Bureau of Investigation or the FBI to make that kind of an announcement. And the reason for that is not totally known to me. If there's just some frustration between various departments, the Chaffee County Sheriff's Office, the FBI, the Colorado Bureau of Investigation, and how the investigation's being handled, and who's basically sort of spearheading it and so forth. But and I'll come back to this right now, so you get some idea of where they are and where they're digging. But just so from a larger view, here is. There's Maysville right there. This is the side of where they're digging right there. Okay, and that's about just one mile east of Salida. And here is Highway 50, which runs the length of this from where Suzanne and Barry Morphew live, and where the focus had been, focused previously. This is County Line Road 225. They live in a home right in this area, and the search had mostly been in this area, even west of it. And this is the reservoir here and so forth. Now, where they were digging today is right off of Highway 50, but it's at County Line Road 105, and I believe this is Vandaveer. It is Vandaveer Rd. So where the camera crew, the live feed was set up, was right at this corner here, and they were pointing in this direction, looking at a home that was basically, there's a pink ranch here, then a red ranch with a large garage like shop structure, as part of the property. Which is this here, and then I believe this is the site where they're digging, which also at least used to be a manufactured home or like a rancher home here with and also another large garage, and shop-like structure. And I believe that's all gone, and it's just the site of new construction now. Like at this right here, there's a large business right here with a parking lot. It's called the Salida Ranger District. I have no idea what that is. But my point is that when you zoom in to street level, and you clearly see it from right there, there's the business. But when you come down here to street level, that's not there, and you see ongoing construction. So the point being that there's tons of construction going on, I think, in that area. This is Vandaveer Rd right here, over the last year or two. Okay, I mean, this is the pink. That pink rancher is what you see, and then see what I mean. That road's not even there. It's just new construction. That business isn't there, and it must have been built over the last year, 18 months, whatever. So this has changed. There's a pink rancher. There's a red rancher, and then when you go down a little further, next to the red rancher, which is I think part of the same property. Here is a large garage-like shop-like structure, big one. And that. Beyond that is where you're seeing them dig. That's the garage-like structure. And this home here, I believe, is no longer there. And they're basically there's a construction site for a new home to be built there. And that's where they're digging at. So if you can just back up one more time, just so you know what you're looking at. And, like I said, it says that the property can't see. There's a garage door right there. Right there. I mean, that's what you're seeing in this video. That's that structure right there. That's just the tail end of it. And at some point it backs up and you can see the garage door and you can kind of match it all up. But that's where they're digging on the property that's adjacent to that. And it's a site of new construction. I think, I guess if people are suspecting that it's Barry Morphew and that the husband is responsible for her disappearance and so forth, that he, I don't know, was contracted to do work at this site at some point, had already was aware of it, and that's how it ended up. If it turns out in fact that's where her body is, if she's dead, that's how he ended up at this place. But that's all very, very premature, and we just don't know that yet. And everyone seems to believe that. I could believe that for sure. I just have some issues with. Still, I don't know. It seems weird that he would be this stupid to do things the way they all unfolded, And I just have a feeling that there's something else going on, beyond just a normal husband-wife dispute that led to a homicide, Particularly if you have three others, I guess, that are in custody as accomplices, they could just get sort of roped into it after the fact. They're helping a friend, It's obviously not good, but I'm just sort of thinking out loud. So, but over at the find Suzanne Morphew, there is, comments from recently. That's from 42 minutes ago. I haven't refreshed it since I started making this video. But somebody had said that three others arrested as accomplices, BM, which is Barry Morphew, in custody also. And everyone's just pointing to Barry Morphew when you read the comments, for the most part. So, I think I just about covered everything that's been revealed so far. I could show you a little bit more of, this footage. See, there's multiple persons, lifting through dirt, sifting through dirt that's being brought in from something that's out of the picture, deeper into the property. So they also, and there's that garage. Okay, there's the red garage that I was showing you on Google Maps, and they're just beyond that. They also talked to a local resident who basically just, heard on the news or saw somebody posted maybe on Facebook that there was a huge law enforcement presence down here. Is just very curious about the whole thing. He was saying that this story has rocks to the community. This kind of stuff doesn't happen there that often or ever, and so he drove down here to just check it out. And he actually is familiar with the Morphews. He was interviewed by this reporter who's, if you could hear that, I've got my earphones in. He talked to him, or his producer did briefly, and he got interviewed on camera. And he knows of them. He doesn't know them personally, but he sees both Suzanne and Barry, more Suzanne, he talked about at the gym. He said she was a really nice person, like very, very friendly, and everybody liked her. Even though he didn't know her personally, knew the daughters, knew of them, and I heard him talking to a different reporter about the daughters, and just said it's an awful shame. So, there throughout this sort of search and investigation, it's been not all over the place, but in terms of where they were searching, and the bike. And I saw the most recent reports that I hadn't even made a video about that, and it really wasn't totally confirmed that nobody actually saw Suzanne on her bike, the idea that she actually went for a bike ride and went missing after not returning from a bike ride, still remained in question, even though the bike was found under a bridge. And then there was the nearby her home. There's the report that was confirmed by the police, the Chaffee County Sheriff. John Spees, talked about it in one of his press conferences of the personal item being found, and it was found in the area of U.S. Highway 50 and County Line Road 225, where they live. That intersection there, where she supposedly maybe was biking before she disappeared, and that was found in that area. I think just west of it. And the search focused on a 2.5 mile. Area of U.S. Highway 50, just west of that intersection of Highway 50 and 225, right around where they live. That's nowhere where this is. And then there was also the search over, I want to say Morgan Pass. I think it's Morgan Pass, where the ski resort is, which was further away, was another 8 or so miles, down Highway 50 that, went west and then south. I'm fairly certain that's Morgan Pass. So it's just, it's weird. It's weird how they ended up at this property. They're digging now. Well, how they ended up at this property, we don't know. But if they did, in fact, find other personal items that were, not necessarily right on the highway, but they were searching in rugged terrain. Steep, rugged terrain is what was put in the press release by the Chaffee County Sheriff's Office, as well as bringing in divers from Pueblo County. I don't know if Salida is Pueblo County. That's one of the neighboring counties. I think it may be. I'm not positive. It may Pueblo County may be a little bit further east of this. But they brought in divers. They sort of drafted divers from Pueblo County to help, in the search in the reservoir, which I believe was that body of water near that has a dam near the property where they live, and as well as searching, I think, the stream that runs along, I think it's Arkansas River or something, along U.S. Highway 50, where their home is. What I'm sort of babbling on about is if they found these personal items and they're searching in all these different other places, I don't know, it's just kind of strange. And I still am not 100% convinced that Barry Morphew is the prime suspect here. If there's not some other element, something else going on, I have a feeling that there is, but it may not be. It may just be the simplest explanation. But he was he's an avid outdoorsman. Barry is. And, hunter, big hunter. From what you look at his Instagram page, he's, and he just, it's been, from following the story, I'm fairly certain he's an avid outdoorsman, and friends are outdoorsmen, etc. So, it might have been, he might have had the knowledge to basically place items in certain places, and then also the knowledge to prevent himself from being tracked, and in doing that, and basically trying to throw off the search, throw off tracking dogs and throw off, authorities from being able to pinpoint exactly what's going on. Anyways, well, that's the latest. That's the latest for now. That's the story there. As soon as there's more, I'll look into it. I'm going to continue to look into it, and I'll let you know. Thanks for watching my videos. Please subscribe to my channel. Give me a like down below, and I will see you in the next video. Later, man.